Okay, we're going to do some major chopping today. This is the Hero's Journey with Dr. D, here to encourage, to motivate, and to inspire, helping you get beyond your first move and creating a better mindset today. And was all right. Well, I got that corner. This is a Hero's update of what's happening. What's happening. Now, before we start, what I will do is I go into the comment section and I will put. I'm going to put the link into the comment section for those who want to come on, give me your 2 cents and get a metaphorical nickelback. It'd be greatly appreciated to engage. All right, so now it's in the section. So, and also the comment section, if my sound is too loud, if my sound is too low, if it's hollow, if anything, just give me a call and let me know what's going on and how I can better make the reception more pleasing to the ear. But this is Hero's update of what's happening. What's happening? And but what's the thing we talk about? What's happening? We talk about family matters. Or does it really? Does it really? Now, now I got epiphany of this what's happening. Now I guess most of y'all would think that, well, Dr. D, I thought you be talking about Diddy. Well, but family does matter, right? Family does matter, and but that's not the subject matter at hand. I was talking to a friend of mine um, earlier, and it gave me a true, it gave me a better clarity, or, and we're gonna talk about it because this is discussion Q&A on what's happening. One second. Yes. Okay. I talked to a friend today, and the friend I was talking to, we've been friends for a while. He had a business partner that he'd been doing real estate with for years, probably over decades, probably 20 years, at least 20 years. People to help partner to help fix buildings, roofs, knickknacks. But he was a business partner. He talked about a little bit of everything, from church to family, from friends, from things that it was more than a a business partnership. It was a relationship, meaning that he's built a bond with this individual. And I guess you will say, and he will tell me later on if the significance of it all. I mean, if the relationship meant more. You tonight, but let's finish. All right, so what's been happening is I got it back on. So the individual recently his friend has passed, transition, a couple of days ago, and it's sudden. But as I've stated before, if you haven't heard it, nobody's getting out of here alive. But when you leave, when someone leaves, your presence means they leave the communication here on this plane of existence with you. And if you spend time with the individual, you build a bond, a relationship, and you miss the individual, and it gives you a revelation about mortality. And one day you can be here, and the next day you can be gone. I mean, just that simple, just that quick. One day you can be here, and the next day you can be gone. And how many people don't really take um how many people really don't reflect on how brief life really is? And I've heard this said, and I say it as well, and I've lived long enough to know that life is consistent. I mean, some people get caught up on material things, and of course we need places to live, we need clothes to wear, we need vehicles to ride, or bicycles, what have you, and we we need things in living. However, if you put too much emphasis on the things externally, you forget the things that are internal that mean the most. And when I say internal, I am talking about relationships that are built, memories which have been cemented in time. And you build memories with people that you care about. You build memories that when the person's not here, you always have a picture, you have a video, and hopefully you have a smile so you can recall the times that you have invested in living instead of existing. You know, I say in my title, Family Matters. But the real question is, does it really? Is it about members of your family? Or is it about people? Is it about members of your family that you have? Or is it about members of your family that you've chose? Members of your family that you have and members of your family that you chose. Let me clarify. We have siblings, or you have parents, you have uncles, you have aunts. And these are individuals that you have. They came with the baggage, came with the genome, with the genetics, came with your parents, even come in your house. And these that you have. But what about the ones that you have chosen? Which one impacts you the most? Is it the ones that you have that you have no choice? Or the ones that you have created, that you have chosen? Isn't it odd that in some relationships, you may have individuals who you have connected with and become lifelong friends, who become like brothers and sisters, or aunts and uncles, or even surrogate parents, versus the family you've been given, which have been, they can be pretty callous as far as how they approach you. They offer no encouragement. They offer no support. All they offer is negativity, and as the young folk will say, bad vibes. But isn't it possible that the things that we think that are negative are the things that may fuel us to be better? I am one to believe that all things work together for the good of those who love God and call according to his purpose. Well, people out here on the broadcast may say, well, what about those who don't love God? It doesn't matter. He still has a purpose, and it will be done, whether you choose to or not. Now, you may not reap the reward, but certain things will be done, whether you choose to or not. Do it willingly or reluctantly, things will happen. But I think my biggest question is family. What is good family? What is bad family? What is a real family? And what is a fake family? What is a family you can depend on? And what is a family that you don't even communicate with? So does family really matter? We'll talk about it. So that's the hero's journey with Dr. D. And now I have opened the comment section. And so I put a link. I'm putting another link on here. For those who want to open up, all right, paste link. What you do, you click on. Let me see who's on my Instagram. I don't even know. Dun, 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 dun. I really thought this. Let me see if I have a clip. Remember in '90s you had the show Family Matters. And I got the show Family Matters up here to get illustration, but Family Matters. And that if you notice that if anybody ever took notice of the show and paid attention to the show, is that a very influential part of the show um, uh, was Stephen Urkel. Now, was Stephen Urkel blood? No, but it seems that he became family. He called and he went to Carl all the time, asked him for advice. He's always busting into family issues, and he had gained a liking to Laura, the love of his life. But were they really blood family? No, they weren't blood family. But family didn't matter. They built a bond, and they connected so much where they still show clips online about the process of how they connected. But really, it they do a heavy emphasis on Steve Urkel and Laura and relationship, how it gravitated from just friends and him just being geeky to him being the love of her life. Um, that's just an isolated example of how family matters from the people that you have based on the people that you chose. And you can choose and graft people into your family. And churches are ideally supposed to be that family. The Bible says either two or three, whether two or three are gathered in his name, he's there in the midst. That may be true. He may be there in the midst, but if you don't reach out to the person next to you to speak to him, how can you build a meaningful relationship? Sometimes we're so busy looking at the cross, we forget to look across from us while you're sitting on the pews at church. You forget to look across from you. You so heavily minded, you're no earthly good. Because you're looking at the cross instead of looking across. It should be a place where you build meaningful relationships amongst believers. But sometimes you can go there and you can feel just as isolated on the pew as you would in your front room. So, with that being said, some people choose to stay at home. Some people choose to look at the screen and not to fellowship. But then again, and also the Bible says, forsake not to assemble the brethren together. They feel like they're assembling and they're connected. And what difference does connection do with a person have on the screen versus being next to a person across from them that doesn't speak? That's and it's sad. And you're supposed to have a common bond. You're supposed to have, and of course, there are people they're fixated on the purpose of church, but they're not fixated on the persons in church. And the same principle can go. With in work or different areas of where people are isolated. It shouldn't be a church, even though it is. But the church is imperfect, and we are imperfect people. So everybody's trying to be better, ideally. But where do you get a family if you have none? What do you get a family? Some people look for a hug. The only time they can get it is they go to church. But sometimes they won't get it. Some people live in nice neighborhoods, but don't know their neighbor's name. And the pandemic changed a lot of that because a lot of people was out doing yard work, and you're forced to actually look at their next door neighbor. That's odd, isn't it? But family does matter. Whether we whether we feel like it does or it does not. It does matter, and the family does not have to be blood. The family does not have to be genetically given, but it can be physically chosen. What family have you chosen to connect and to build memories with? A lot of times when you play sports, high school, college sports, you have built a bond. You have built a bond that stretches over years. I remember a friend of mine that I played high school ball with. He said, "Man, anybody strap pads on? Well, we brothers. We strapped on pads together. Fought the good fight on the football field. I mean, you worked out together. You hit together. Won the same plays together. I mean, it's a bond you build. That's why team sports is so important to youth, to learn the principle of working together. Team. Together, everyone achieving much." Okay. Let me see if. All right. So with that being said, comments in the comment section, and let me see if I have anything. If I do, I will respond. And for those who um, you can leave something in the comment section over down below, and I will respond to it um, expeditiously. So family does matter, people. And if you have found any value in this content, how about you help me help you so we can help others by clicking subscribe, commenting, and sharing? Because when you fall down, just make it your goal in life to always move forward and never move back. Why? Because life is just too short to live. Look in the rearview mirror. When you get a chance, look to your left, look to your right. You should see purpose-driven content as well as emotion-centered content. In the lower third, you should see In Them Streets, the newest segment that I have on my channel. And on In Them Streets with Dr.D, was the latest feature of a Hero's Rant, which is which are impromptu videos that are being done periodically throughout the week. And so, with that being said, every day you get a vertical, make it your goal in life to always move forward and never look back. Because it's a hero's journey with Dr. D. We are out.